just sitting in this room in complete silence, and I swear it's the loudest thing right now. I'm so angry today. My mood these last few days has just been so bipolar, like up and down, and I want to go out because the sun's out, and I want to get out of this room with these thoughts and these feelings, but at the same time I'm like, I'm so close to snapping that I think if I go out and somebody says the wrong thing to me, I'm going to find myself in a really bad position, and I don't want to be in that. It's so hard to just be alright, you know, when your heart is hurting so much. And your head, like the stuff that's in my head right now is just repeating itself over and over and over again, and it's not something I want to think about, and I'm trying really hard to think about something else, but it always comes back to that. I've spent the majority of the morning crying. I'm pissed off. I've literally wasted an entire day off work. I haven't done anything, and it's only 3:30, and I've taken 2 sleeping pills so I can just sack this day off and forget that it ever existed. See, these are the days where what people don't see me when I'm like this. They'll see me when I've woke up tomorrow and I feel more positive, and then I'll post about it. Not a lot of people get to see this vulnerable, pathetic side, but it's one that we've all been through, I suppose.
I'm sick of crying and hiding behind this smile of mine. I need to speak the truth to you before I'm out of time. You think I'm happy, but inside I'm slowly dying and trying to find a reason to smile without fucking lying. Everybody thinks I'm fine and I'm not, and I'm pissed off at this universe for taking everything that I've got. And I'm pissed off with myself, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and everyone I seem to love just seems to turn around and leave. Now question, is that me? Am I doing something wrong? Cause all I do is love, so how the fuck can that be wrong? How the fuck do I get broke every time I try and love? And how do I end up with nothing when I'm not the type to give up? But every day's the same and nothing ever changes. My life's a fucking mess now and it's been that way for ages. I go to work for wages on the basis I can face this, but it's difficult and I just seem to find myself in places. I get by on my own, I don't need nobody else. I'm fine just by myself, looking out my window, crying to my pillow. It's just the same, it will never change. I give myself and I get nothing, so I'm running, cause I'm sick of all the bullshit that keeps coming. I'm becoming numb, fuck it, I'm done. Maybe I should just become a nun and give myself to Jesus in the hope that he can find me some happiness, if that even really exists. But the way my life is going, it treats me like it's bitch, and everybody seems to think this feeling I'm feeling will pass. Get a grip, this is reality. They tell me like they know my past. I'm complicated in ways in that you can't understand, but take my hand and walk in my shoes and tell me you give a damn. It's all fake, and these people seem to want to take advantage of my kindness. That's the reason why I fucking break, and it hurts, it really fucking hurts. I feel so insecure and being alone, there's nothing worse, and it's hard to understand that no one wants to be around me, but one day I'll find somebody that's happy that they found me. I get by on my own, I don't need nobody else. I'm fine just by myself, looking out my window, crying to my pillow. It's just the same, it will never change.
If there is one thing that I've learned about depression, it's that it lies. And it tells us that we're not worthy of love, we're not worthy of life. Makes us feel like we're alone when actually we're not. Makes us question everything. It's crazy because as much as it's a feeling, it's a thought at the same time. So if you choose to think about what's hurting you continuously, then you're always going to hurt, because you're always going to allow yourself to just follow those thoughts, which are going to lead you down a path of nothing but feelings, and then those feelings is what brings the depression out. It feeds off it. Like, it, not saying that it's not real, because of course it's real, and you know, when you're hurting, something's happened, you know, you don't just click your fingers and it disappears. But I've learned that sometimes I can lead myself down a darker path because I choose to sit there and think about it. Or if I'm missing someone, I'll think about said person over and over and over again, and it does nothing for me. It doesn't help. What I do know is suicide isn't the answer. I've tried that twice, and I'm happy that I failed both times, because now I'm in a position where I can help others because I'm not afraid to speak out about it. Depression makes us feel like we're singled out, like what we're feeling is only ours to feel when it's not. And I think because of the stigma based around depression, where you have these small-minded idiots that just say that you're just seeking attention, when there are some people that use depression as a way to seek attention, but there's also a lot of us out there that genuinely suffer with depression, and it has nothing to do with attention. If anything, it's the complete opposite. You don't want the attention, which is why you don't speak out about it. And it doesn't help that when you do eventually speak out about it, you just get made to feel like shit because of it. People don't understand it. And that's a shame, really, because people often think that something really bad has to happen in order for you to be depressed. You know, they'll question your life. You've still got both your parents, you know, you're in a happy relationship, you've got beautiful kids. Like, what is there to be depressed about? You know, they don't understand it. And it makes it difficult for those that do understand it, because even though we understand it, we can't explain it either. But I do think depression can be beat, but I think a lot of it boils down to your mind. And it's really easy to just not care anymore, because when depression hits you, it just leaves you in a pit, and you just don't have the energy, you just don't care anymore, you're just numb at the same time as feeling everything. So you have to drag yourself out of that, and it's really, really difficult, but it can be done. And a lot of it, you have to remind yourself that it really is in your head more than anything else. Not to suggest that what's going on in your life isn't real, of course it's real, but we're controlled by our minds. So if we keep telling ourselves that we're miserable, then we're going to be miserable. You know, if we tell ourselves that we can do it and that we will be alright, then that's exactly what will happen. It's not an easy path and it's not an easy process, but ultimately our heads are what control us. So once this is fucked, you're fucked. So you need to fix this. And by fixing this, it's you taking control, it's you self-meditating, that's not even what I'm trying to look for, self-evaluating, that's it. You need to self-evaluate, because you really do have to try and understand yourself. You have to understand your own thought process. You have to understand triggers that set off your depression or your anxiety. You have to try something new. So there's a saying that somebody very special once told me, and that is, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And I truly believe that. I think that when you hit depression and anxiety, you just repeat the same cycle over and over again, and you convince yourself that you've tried more, you've tried everything, and there's nothing else to do. and that suicide is the only way out, when actually you haven't tried everything. I could pretty much guarantee that I could meet somebody that tells me that they have tried everything, and I could hit them with a suggestion, and I can guarantee that they'll have said, no, I haven't tried that. Because we think we've tried it all when we haven't. Suicide is not the answer. And the only thing that suicide does is pass the pain that you're feeling onto somebody else, for them to potentially end up on a path of depression, being made to endure a life without the person that they love, whether that's a mother, a father, a son, a brother, sister, cousin, wife, whatever. Whoever you are somebody important to somebody else. So if you kill yourself, it doesn't actually take away your pain, does it? It just transfers your pain onto other people, and those people have to then live the rest of their lives without you. So it's really easy to just get up and think, you know what, fuck this, I'm just going to kill myself. Doesn't really achieve anything. And I think you'll actually realise that if you battle and you fight through all of those suicidal thoughts, the life that you get at the end of it will be far bigger and better and more meaningful than you could have ever thought. So if you are going to kill yourself, don't.